like a boss.
If I paint a canvas, it'd be melee. Firearms, Viacom, Modicone. If she bad, I invite her home. Buying chains like I'm buying homes. When I'm taller than Kevin Hart, ride alone. I'm rhinestones, you ain't shining, nigga. I ain't high, so you ain't gotta find me, nigga. All my clothes are designer, nigga. And my backseat recliner, nigga.
So I started watching some movies. And the fuck did I watch? I watched a documentary on this guy who Carmine's Guitars in New York. I watched American Graffiti, which I hadn't seen in forever. Still fucking funny as hell. I still think the biggest laugh is right in the beginning when that kid comes on in the motor scooter. Just fucking... Times ring 5, 6, and 7. We'll be right at 7. And we're gonna rock. If that whole thing was on purpose, that was like one of the great slapstick fucking prop gags ever. Just a great movie. The way they'll do the whole thing, if you're trying to learn how to write a script, I think that's a good one to watch. As far as a feel-good, it all comes together in the end type of thing. And then I actually, I always put on the classics. So the classics were American Graffiti, Jaws was another classic, but I've seen that a million times. And then A Star Is Born with, what the fuck's her name? The one all the gay comics used to always imitate. Judy Garland. Right? So, I put that fucking movie on. That movie was 171 minutes long. And when I tell you Judy Garland sings for like 125 minutes of it, and just full out fucking, wow! The whole fuck, I had to like take the headphones off. And where's he gone to? The road gets rougher. It got to the point I was just laughing watching it. Like,
Hey. Mm-hmm. I just want to take another look at you.
It sounds like an incredible story. It's about a guy who fucking, he's a star. He sees this woman, right? He doesn't try to bang her. He tries to make her, he's a progressive guy. He tries to make her a star.
Ellen Terry, great actress long before you were born. She said that's what star quality was, that little something extra. Well, you've got it.
Right? She becomes a star, and then she ends up becoming bigger than him, and then he can't fucking handle it. It's essentially the fucking story. Right? Although he does marry her, and then he starts banging her, right?
I pronounce you man and wife.
Anyway, where else am I here? What am I talking about? Yeah, dude, like, I'm telling, like, she was singing, like, back-to-back songs.
Trying not to fall, I have no will. I'll see it through. In a princess theater. It's a bargain at dawn.
I mean, that fucking movie, if you took out her singing, which she really only needed to do a couple of times before you... All right, I get it. She can sing. Can we get to this interesting dynamic between the two of them, that you have this person who's reaching down to help this other person, and all of this, and the person he helps out is going to fucking then go on and pass him. And I want to see how this person handles it. I want to see that. Every 5 seconds, oh, Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Fucking... There's so much fucking... Like, if there was ever a drinking game that every time Judy Garland is singing, you have to drink, you'd have cirrhosis of the fucking liver.
Go away.
By the time you got halfway through that fucking movie. I'm going to do it right now. I don't like doing this. 2 freckled thumbs down. And I was on a plane when I watched that too. Jesus fucking Christ, Judy. Well, it probably wasn't her fault. She's probably going, I'm fucking singing again in this scene? Aren't we beating a dead horse? Ah! The whole fucking movie. You know, people didn't know how to sing back then, right? You got loud and you put a little vibrato in. You know, most people didn't have TVs at that point, so it was just different. It was easy to stand out. If everybody's walking around, let me tell you, I'm saying, fucking the depression. I think it's a conspiracy, right? That's all everybody was talking about. And then somebody just, what is that person doing? Could you please do that for 171 minutes? I don't have a radio or a television. Did that movie make any fucking money? I gotta tell you something too. Like every fucking scene too, there was like 9,000 extras and all this shit going on. They literally started off with an award show and they shot an actual award show. T for two! Because I've been doing this thing lately where I like watching the old movies. I don't know why. I just like watching them. And then, like, especially if they're like remakes, to see how they're doing. And when I saw that was on there, I was like, oh, wow. They've redone this thing 3 times. Turns out it was 4 times. That was the second time they've made that movie. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch this one. Then I'll watch the Barbra Streisand, Chris Christopherson one. And then I'll watch the Lady Gaga and the Sniper guy, right? I'll fucking watch that one. And just see how they changed it throughout the years. Oh, wow, she's still singing, but she has a cell phone now. Right? I don't know why. I was going to fuck it. That's how my brain works. Oh, I saw this. Now I have to go fucking see all of them. And the plane landed before the goddamn thing was done. And at that point, I literally had the headphones on one ear and off of the other. I had to give my ears a break with all of that fucking singing.
Somewhere is this.
It's like, for the love of Christ, can you just get to the point where her movie does better than his movie, or her singing thing does better than him? You know? Is it just going to be he becomes a dick, or are they going to show, does she going to change? When they divorce, does she fucking sing a song to him? I have to look this up to see if anybody else is annoyed by the amount of singing. I mean, is that considered a musical? I don't even know. I thought a musical, like the whole fucking thing was basically music and there's a little bit of... Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was a musical. Wait. Is A Star Is Born... Is Judy Garland. Judy Garland. She sang more in that movie than Robert Plant sang on like the fucking 75 tour with Zeppelin. A Star Is Born is a 1954 American musical film. Well, Jesus Christ, it's not a musical. It's a singing film. I didn't hear a lot of music. I just heard her the whole fucking goddamn fucking movie. I wonder if I was saying that out loud. Shut up! Come on, it's the 1950s. You can shake it out of her. Come on, get a hold of yourself. Get her to stop fucking singing. No, I'll watch the rest of them. I know this is sacrilegious to sit here and make fun of that movie. The
glitter and glamour of a film premiere. But let's start much earlier in the day when the new signs are going up and see how the excitement grows in the cinema itself. It goes on all day, getting ready for a party with over 1,000 guests. And that calls for organization.
While all this was going on, some of us, like Diana Dawes, were having to rush home from the studios in time to get ready. Diana was lucky. She managed to get a hairdo before leaving the studios.
As the first cars arrived, a whole day of excitement reached its climax. Going into the theater is Danny Thomas, Lucille Ball with her husband Daisy Arnath, Clark Gable, Jack Carson is one of the stars in the premiere film. And here's the star of the film, Judy Garland, a wonderful person who deserves all the success I'm sure this film will earn for her. There's Janet Scott again, looking quite grown up and very pretty. And with her is her mother, Thora Hird. Upstairs in the Circle Lounge, the guests were received by Sir Laurence Olivier, Colonel James Carreras, Chief Barker of the Variety Club, and Mr. Arthur Aberley. But then, up in the projection box, the technicians were waiting only for a signal. What a wonderful film it was. And then, the end of an exciting evening, and a wonderful beginning for A Star Is Born.